Good morning, everyone. We are the Group 12 and we are now presenting our topic, Anita Harlow's Taxonomy of Psychomotor Domain and David Krathwol's Affective Domain. So this is Maria Mona Lade and now let's start with David Krathwol's Affective Domain. David Reading Krathwol is an American educational psychologist who made a significant contribution in the field of educational psychology. He was born on May 14 and he was the director of the Bureau of Educational Research at Michigan State University and was also a past president of the American Educational Research Association, where he served in multiple capacities. As a member of the Research Advisory Committee for the Bureau of Research of the USOE and as Regional Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Eastern Regional Institute for Education. While studying with Benjamin Bloom, he co-authored the Taxonomy of Educational Objectives, also known as Bloom's Taxonomy, a critical publication on education, and has also edited, authored, and co-authored several books in regards to education. He received the Hannah Hammond Professor of Education Emeritus at Syracuse University and has made significant contributions to the field of educational psychology. According to David Krathwol, like the cognitive objectives, affective objectives can also be divided into hierarchy. And he also proposed the 5-level taxonomy of objectives in affective domain. So here are the 5-level taxonomy of affective domain. First is receiving. The student's willingness to attend a particular stimuli and the student's being passively aware that a thing exists. Receiving level represents the lowest level of learning outcomes in affective domain. One example of this level is listening to discussion of controversial issues with an open mind. When someone is listening to a controversial issue, he or she must understand what he or she is listening and remember what does the issue talks about. Second level of taxonomy in affective domain is responding. The students at this level does not only attend to a particular phenomenon, but he also reacts to it. It involves obedience or compliance or willingness on the part of the students. One example of this level is questioning new ideals, models, in order to fully understand them. In this level, the student doesn't only listen to the one who is speaking, but he will also give reactions to it. Either he will ask questions to the speaker so that he or she will fully understand what does the speaker really means. The continuation of this topic will then be discussed by Rika May A. Rontal.
I will be discussing the continuation of the 5-level taxonomy of affective domain. The third level of taxonomy in affective domain is valuing. It concerned with the worth a student attaches to an object, phenomena, or behavior. In this area, the learning outcomes are concerned with behavior that is consistent and stable enough to make the value clearly identifiable. Example for this is shows abilities to solve problems. When we say valuing, it focuses on the student's action, where in fact, give them freedom to solve their own problem for them to practice to be realistic in life. The fourth level is organization. It concerned with bringing different values, resolving conflicts, and the building of an eternally consistent value system. Example for this is recognizing own abilities, limitations, values, and developing realistic aspirations. In this level, it says that socialization is very important for us to realize and showcase our own skills, with limitations without abusing on it. The last level of taxonomy in affective domain is characterization by a value or value set. The behavior at this level is pervasive, consistent, and predictable. The objectives are concerned with personal, social, and emotional adjustments. Example for this is shows self-reliance. Doing decisions by yourself, you can do things without the need of others to help you when working independently. As it says, decision-making must be considered in doing an action. Analyze, understand, or in short, use your critical thinking so that it won't be complicated, but instead, it will help you to grow as a person.
So those are the 5-level taxonomy of affective domain by David Krathwol. The next topic is Anita Harlow's taxonomy that will be discussed by Mary Jane Laurente.
Good day everyone, I'm Merjin Bungabong Laurenti and I'm going to tackle the Anita Harlow's taxonomy of psychomotor domain. This taxonomy is focused on the development of physical fitness, dexterity, agility, and body control. To achieve a high level of expertise, this is organized according to the degree of coordination, including involuntary responses and learned capabilities, starting from the simple reflexes, going to complex, highly expressive movements requiring coordination and precision. Starting off the reflex movements. This first level refers to the automatic reaction or an involuntary reaction that are not necessarily learned. Include flexion or bending, extension, stretch, postural adjustment. Next level is the basic fundamental movements. These are the simple movements that can be built to more complex sets of movements. Some examples are walking, running, jumping, pushing, pulling, twisting, or grasping. Next is perception. This refers to interpretation and response to stimuli such as visual, auditory, tactile, or kinesthetic that enable one to make adjustment to the environment. This may include coordinated movements such as jumping rope, juggling, or catching. Next, physical activities. These are physical activities requiring endurance, flexibility, agility, dexterity, and strength, which produce an efficiently functioning body. This may include activities of extraneous effort for long periods of time, muscular exertion, range of motion, and precise movements. Next is the skilled movement. This refers to the advanced learned movement where a level of efficiency is achieved, including skills and movements that must be learned from games, sports, dances, performances, or drawing. Finally, the highest level of Anita Harlow's taxonomy is non-discursive communication. This pertains to the expressive and interpretative movement that communicate meaning without the aid of verbal commands or help. So again, the 6th level of Anita Harlow's taxonomy are reflect movements, basic fundamental movements, perception, physical activities, skilled movements, and non-discursive communication.